Installing the KOHLER Karing 2.0 Intelligent Toilet. For the installation, you will need the following tools and materials: 3/8 inch supply stop, wax ring, T-bolts, caulk gun with caulk, drill with 1/4 inch bit, pencil, measuring tape, Phillips in flat blade screwdriver, masking tape, socket wrench with a 1/2 inch deep socket, utility knife, putty knife, rags, bucket, towel, and safety glasses. Warning: risk of electric shock. Disconnect the power before servicing. Connect only to a properly grounded grounding type receptacle, which is protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI. Do not remove the grounding pin or use a grounding adapter. Observe all local plumbing and building codes. This animation is intended as a supplement. Refer to the installation and care guide for important safety information, required tools, and detailed installation instructions. If the new toilet will not be installed immediately, temporarily insert a rag in the floor flange to prevent gases from escaping into the room. This toilet requires a 12-inch minimum rough-in distance from the wall to the center of the floor flange. Use a putty knife to remove the old wax ring from the floor flange. With a pencil, mark the center lines of the floor flange on the floor. Install or relocate the water supply stop 5.5 to 8 inches to the left of the center line mark and 3 to 6 inches above the finished floor. Install a GFCI protected electrical outlet 3 to 6 inches to the right of the center line mark and 5 to 7 inches above the finished floor. Install 2 T-bolts into the floor flange. Position the wax ring on the floor flange. With assistance, carefully turn the toilet on its side and remove the tank from the vitreous shell. Align the tank over the floor flange and T-bolts, centered front to back and side to side with the centerline marks. Gently lower the tank onto the floor flange so the T-bolts go through the slots on the tank. Confirm that the tank is properly aligned with the centerline marks. Then press down evenly to set the wax ring. Caution: risk of property damage. Do not rock or lift the tank after placement. Rocking or lifting the tank could break the seal created by the wax ring, resulting in leaking. Install a washer. Then hand tighten a nut to each T-bolt. Use a socket wrench to tighten each nut an additional 1/4 turn. Connect the water supply hose to the open ports on the elbow and the supply stop. Confirm that the elbow cap is tight. Then turn on the water supply. Note that the water line is marked inside the tank by a notch and a label. Turn the valve adjustment screw counterclockwise to open the fill valve. Allow the tank to fill. Then check the water level. To adjust the water level, use a flat blade screwdriver to turn the adjustment rod on the fill valve. Turning the rod counterclockwise will lower the water level, while turning the rod clockwise will raise the water level. If further adjustment is needed, remove water from the tank and allow it to refill. Repeat until the water level reaches the waterline mark. Turn the valve adjustment screw clockwise to close the fill valve. Turn off the water supply. Clip the spray shield into place over the fill valve. Using masking tape, tape the wiring harnesses and hoses to the floor along the centerline mark, so they will not interfere with the installation of the vitreous shell. If needed, disconnect the water supply hose and tape it to the floor along the centerline mark. Tape the wiring harnesses and hoses coming from under the vitreous shell to the side of the toilet. With assistance, carefully lift the vitreous shell and lower it into place over the tank. Ensure that the trapway in the shell is fully seated in the outlet gasket. If the shell does not sit evenly on the floor, the trapway may not be properly seated. Adjust the shell as needed until the trapway is properly seated. Remove the elbow cap and connect the cleansing hose to the elbow. Reconnect the supply hose if it was disconnected. Remove the tape holding the wires and hoses in place. Connect the level switch and refill tube. Connect the wand wiring harness and the pump wiring harness. Plug in the toilet and turn on the water supply. To confirm proper operation of the toilet, press the flush button located on the side of the toilet. If the toilet is not functioning properly, refer to the troubleshooting table in the homeowner's guide. Insert a screw through each grommet. Then insert a screw in each of the holes on the side of the toilet. Tighten the screws securely. Do not over-tighten. Install a cap over each screw. The caps should be flush with the side of the toilet. Apply a bead of caulk around the base of the toilet. Do not caulk the area where the access cover will be installed. Using a utility knife, cut a notch in the access cover at the marked location. Place the access cover over the opening in the back of the toilet. Determine the desired location for the remote control docking station. Position the mounting bracket at the desired location, then mark the location of the screw holes. Using a 1/4-inch bit, drill holes at each of the marked screw locations. If drilling into tile, use the appropriate drill bit to avoid damaging the finished wall. Install an anchor into each of the holes. Using the 2 supplied screws, attach the mounting bracket to the wall. Install the batteries in the docking station. Position the docking station over the mounting bracket. Firmly press down on the docking station to seat it onto the mounting bracket. Place the remote control onto the docking station. The remote control comes paired with the toilet. For instructions on remote control operation, refer to the homeowner's guide packed with your product.